Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brian from Classic Gbody Garage, and this here is the latest addition to the garage. Let me show you guys what I got myself into this time. Well, I got myself another one. This here is a 1996 Buick Roadmaster Estate Wagon. Now, if you are a longtime viewer of Classic Gbody Garage, you might recognize a car that I had just like this, which was a 1994 Roadmaster Estate Wagon. Now, those videos date all the way back to 2010. I'll go ahead and link the playlist to that wagon down in the description below so you guys can check that out. So, let me take you for a quick walk around this 96. All right, so why do I like these cars so much? Well, a couple of reasons. The 94 through 96 Buick Roadmasters and Estate Wagons were very special cars. They came with the 260 horsepower LT1 and the 4L60E 4-speed overdrive transmission. Now, the LT1 is the same motor that was in the Corvette at the time, and also the Camaro. And these wagons also got a tamed down version of that LT1. So these cars have a lot of potential as far as upgrades go. A lot of tuning capabilities to bring that horsepower back out of them. Some exhaust upgrades and everything else that goes along with bolt-ons. But these cars, other than the performance specs, they are just cool as hell looking. And also, they are the very last of the General Motors full-frame rear-wheel drive cars. So, as you can see, overall, this car is in pretty good shape. Now, I purchased it from my local charity car lot, Our Lady of the Wayside. And what that is basically a donation lot. Families donate cars that they feel that are probably no longer roadworthy, have issues with them, are no longer worth investing into, want to make it feel like they're doing something good, and they can get a tax write-off on it. And also, maybe a relative had passed away and they just went ahead and donated the car because they don't feel like going through the hassle of selling it. And especially with a car of this age, this car is going on 21 years old. So that's where I actually ended up finding this car. The car does have a few bad spots, but overall it is a pretty nice car considering it's been in Ohio all of its life. It does have a few rust areas, like right here on the rear quarter panel, right where the mud flap is, where it would catch and hold all that salt. And also here on the front side of the driver's quarter panel, it looks just like a little bit of flaking rust right there. Nothing too severe, really. A little bit on the front fender right here behind the mud flap. And of course, the most prone rust areas on these cars are the inner wells. They are steel and they are a mess. I'll show you once I get the hood open. Alright, well, here it is, the 260 horsepower LT1 350 V8 backed by the 4L60E 4-speed automatic transmission. Now, these found their way into the 1994 through 96 Buick Roadmasters and Roadmaster Estate Wagons, and also, as mentioned, the Camaros and Corvettes. Now, this driveline combination gets these boats moving down the road awesome. Alright, now check this out. I thought I'd show you, since I have the hood open, how badly these front inner wells rot on these cars here in northern Ohio. You can see how bad the driver's side is here, and even the inner fender braces. Those supports are rusted completely through, and the one back here is completely gone. Completely gone. And let me walk around to the other side. The tailgate's in good shape. and the passenger side is actually in excellent condition. No rust at all back here. Not even the spare tire well is rotted, and that is very prone to rot. No rot there, or even any surface rust. On the front side of the quarter panel, the wood grain is in excellent condition. It does have the typical peeling of the trim here on the top. It's almost like a plastic coating that just starts to flake off over time. Very, very common with these cars, but some cool things that you can do to fix that. Let's take a little tour to see what we look like. So it does have full leather, both front and rear seats. And it does have all of the options, I believe. It does have all of the cool power options, including power locks, windows, mirrors, seats, heated driver's and passenger seats. It does have the original concert sound stereo system with cassette and CD player. Very, very cool. Full digital climate control. And let me open up the back seat. It is a little bit dirty. Does show some signs of wear. Nothing too major, nothing that can't be vacuumed up and cleaned out. Here's what we look like in the back seat. Full leather back seat as well. And also, one of the very cool features of these big wagons is the Vista roof. The older wagons from the late 60s, early 70s were called Vista Cruisers. And that is because of this Vista roof right here. It is basically a large glass panel found in the roof in between the passenger and the front and rear compartments here. And it does have these sunshades. This does not, there we go. It goes back. These have probably been like this for quite some time. There you go. It does have nice view of the sun. Now the glass itself is stationary. It does not go back on the roof, but it does give you a nice open view of the sky and almost like a sunroof type feel. All right, let's make our way over to the back of the car. All right, so check this out. This is one of the very cool features I like about these big old wagons. You can open up the glass, and the tailgate itself is a dual function tailgate. There are two handles here on the top. When you pull up on the middle handle here, the tailgate opens like you would typically think, like an old station wagon or pickup truck. Close it up. There's a handle here on the right side. Lift up on that, and it opens up like a car door for full accessibility. How cool is that? All right, now since I have the tailgate open, I might as well show you guys the parts that the car came with. All right, now wrapped in plastic is a set of rust-free front inner wells, straight from Arizona. At least that's what the tag says. So it looks like the previous owner had some plans to fix this car up and had some parts shipped straight from out west. Also in the box is the complete set of original wire wheel hubcaps, along with all of the lug nuts, because as you saw, the car has a set of Camaro wheels on it. And right there, looks like those are the front braces that go from the fender to the inner well, which I showed you that were rusted out. And right there is the rear latch for the glass, because this one looks like it has a bunch of rust and corrosion on it. So, you know, as mentioned, the previous owner had some plans to fix this car up. But considering I found the car on the local donation lot, looks like the plans for the owner may have changed. And judging by the couple of sets of crutches that are here in the back, I do have a suspicion that the owners of this car may have passed away. And there are a couple more items in the car that kind of gave me that suspicion. All right, now let's check out the passenger side. Pretty much just more of the same. A little bit of dirt here that can be cleaned up. We have some pieces here of the crutches that were sitting in the back. And front passenger side here, looks like we have the rear view mirror sitting here on the seat. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and fix that. And on the floorboards here, we have, looks like a church flyer. And if that focuses right there, it looks like it says August 10th of 2014. And then we also have a palm here which appears to be from Palm Sunday. So with these two items in the front and also the crutches in the back, kind of tells a little story about the car. Now, I did not stage those pieces in the car, you know, the crutches or the church flyer, but what that tells me is this car may have been owned by an elderly couple. Now, judging by the date on the church flyer, August 10th, 2014, I bought the car September of 2016. That's a couple of years that have passed. So, in assumption, the couple who owned the car potentially maybe went into a nursing home or perhaps maybe passed away. They were no longer able to drive the car. The car sat for a couple of years, and then the family went ahead and donated it to the charity lot. So that's the story that I kind of put together with this car. Now, with that being said, as far as the car sitting for a couple years, it does have some problems with it. With cars sitting around comes old gas. Now the gas stinks in this car. When it runs, it smells. I pulled the gas cap off. It just smells terrible. And with that, the car runs terrible. And what I'm going to do next is go ahead and get that old gas out of the tank and replace the fuel filter and see if we can get this car running new again. Alright guys, well, that is it. The latest addition to Classic Gbody Garage, old Project Woody, 1996 Buick Roadmaster Estate Wagon. Alright, well, I know it's not a G-body, but hey, maybe it'll be the next G-body parts hauler. Who knows? Post a comment below. Let me know what you guys think I should do with this thing. But I know in videos to come, we got to see if we can get this old Buick running a lot better than it does. So, if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. Also, follow Classic Gbody Garage on both Facebook and Instagram. I'll post those links down below in the description. Well, that's it, guys, for this video of Classic Gbody Garage. And until the next video, make sure you keep those G-bodies rolling.